And welcome everyone. This is a really exciting stream today. We've never done something like this, been really excited to talk to you guys because we've got something really awesome planned, and we're just really excited to talk to you and happy to be here. So my name is Michael, of course. I'm one of the co-founders from Wicked Publishing, and joined here today by Matt Trim, one of the writers and creators here with us. Welcome.
Very happy to be here.
Excellent, yes, and of course today we're here to talk about Void, which is a project we announced recently on Twitter. And it's going to be an animated short film set in a fantasy feudal Japan-like setting with samurai battles, epic creatures, and all sorts of really interesting things in lore. There's a really great backstory. Matt worked really hard on creating this world, and really excited to share it all with you. It's going to be a production that we're teaming up with Brainy Pixel Productions to produce. They have a Kickstarter right now that you can check out. They're producing a sci-fi short. I believe it's a 30-second promo, but they're really great guys. They have a really great team over there. They've got all animators, motion capture guys. They've got voice actors. They've got all sorts of different people. They got an excellent team. Putting out some really interesting work right now, from Christian animated shows for kids to more, from 2D to that's in 3D. They also do like 2D stuff with their sci-fi work and all sorts of different stuff. So just really excited to be here to talk to you guys a little about it. We're going to share today a little bit of the art that we're going to be producing, talk to you about the Patreon a little bit, and ultimately the Kickstarter and the trailer that we'll produce before the Kickstarter as well. So we'll get into all to that and more. Thank you again, guys. I see we got Zoo in the chat over there. What's up? How's it going? Thanks for joining us there. But yeah, why don't we put up the first? I'd like to go ahead and just share the first bit of art that we showed on Twitter, which is the kind of the promo piece with the logo and the main concept art that we used when working with Brainy Pixel to kind of cement what the idea of the production would be in our heads. So let me go and pull that up here. And Matt, I know, of course, that you're as the writer, you have the greatest insight into the story. Maybe you could tell us just a little bit, brief description on what this story is about.
Well, basically, it's about a young warrior named Natsuko who is essentially going to what modern-day version of advanced training for swordsmanship. She's introduced to a sword master who you'll get to see how strong how powerful he is in the first 5 minutes of the sport, and understand why she wants to be trained by him. But but a lot of training stuff that I have in there is inspired by real life training that swordmasters in the past have done, such as training on ice in the winter, just to help them keep their balance.
Yes, that's what I think is so interesting about this story too, is that it is kind of a combination of things. Like, it has almost an anime aesthetic, but as you mentioned before on Twitter, it's got more influence story-wise and aesthetically from, let's say, old samurai movies or something of that nature.
Yeah. So don't expect there to be, if there is a ongoing series, don't expect it to have a fight that goes on for about 5 episodes and have it be 2 minutes in universe.
This is not a Naruto or anything of that nature.
Or Dragon Ball.
Or Dragon Ball Z, or whatever you have, your typical shonen. Which I love a good shonen too, but I do think it's an interesting aesthetic choice. I think it will set it apart. I think it's going to look pretty cool once it gets animated as well. But yeah, it's a samurai story. It's got a lot of really cool elements, got a lot of action, heart, and we're really excited to share it all with you. The goal, again, will be to produce a short, which we're putting up a Patreon, so you guys can get a part of that. We're going to talk about that in a little bit. But once we get the short out there and people can see what our vision is, we're going to go ahead and crowdfund for that full short film, and so it's going to really help us out to get that Patreon going. I'm going to get that up going here as well. But let's talk a little about the art. We're working with an artist, Dane Celestia on Twitter, Travis, who is just an awesome artist. Matt, you've worked with him before, haven't you?
Yeah, he's the one who develops the character designs. When the entire concept I was going to be for a comic, which is, it just sounds like the complete opposite of what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm supposed to be making a comic out of a short film script. What am I doing? I don't know.
Oh, that's hilarious. Yeah, I like it, man. I think it's a good way to do it. It's different,
Yeah. And the thing is, there's some things that work better in a short film than a comic. You get a better sense of flow, as you'd say.
How do you mean exactly?
Well, there's a lot of, in short writing, there's a lot of movement that's involved. And if it's not something that can be stylized like a manga, or some manga, that's going to have less of an impact.
I see. So you kind of went with something that would be something that would really work with the animation in your mind.
Yep. Also, hi Neostar, how's it going?
Yes, hey, what's up, Neostar? He says, so what's this about animation? Yes, we're teaming up with Brainy Pixel Productions to create an animated short film that we're going to crowdfund next year. And so we're going to be building hype up. We're going to be releasing exclusive content on our Patreon, like new art, as well as comics, digital and physical, that will go along and tie in with the Void universe. And so there'll be ways to kind of expand the story and get you invested in what's going on as we get closer to the pre-production phase here of the animated short. But yes, we're very excited to branch out from comics. Of course, we're a comic publishing company, but we like to experiment, try new things, and really push the envelope. So we've been thinking about this for a while, so we're excited to step into this and see what we can do with it. But it's all going to be up to the people to see and decide if they want. And so we're hoping that you guys all come along with us on this journey here.
Yeah, so if you're a Jack Irons fan, if this is successful, it could lead into a Jack Irons series.
All right, who knows?
Or a McKinnon comic series.
All right, yeah, seriously. If this one does really well, it'll allow us to come back and do more. So that's exactly right. That's the idea here. Is something that we're really passionate about. So hopefully we can branch out and do these new things with it. Because I'd love to see some, like you said, McKinnon Chronicles. Hell, I'd like to even see it. Who knows, if Barrels one day, or who knows what could be down the line.
Oh yeah, I can't wait to see a Jack Irons series, because that's going to be
that would be incredible.
Really cool.
Yes, I know Cody's really focused on Jack Irons #4 right now, but when the time comes, I'm sure something like that would be pretty incredible.
Yeah, especially when it comes to a new series that's very similar to a very popular series like Samurai Jack. Because,
right.
I mean, you got a post-apocalyptic samurai, and you got a post-apocalyptic cowboy who's immortal.
That's true. That's a good point. Yeah, I never thought about it that way, but there are some similarities there. But yeah, that would be an interesting series. I feel like maybe a side story. I'd like to see, something about some of the side characters like Poland Monk, or Cactus Coyote. I loved Cactus Coyote animated would be pretty hilarious, dude. I'm not gonna lie.
And who knows, maybe someday in the future we could have this whole crossover between all the characters in a very cheesy PSA type.
Oh man,
like that.
Well, what's fun about that too? You know what makes me so excited to work with Brainy Pixel and this is not something we really talked about on stream or publicly yet, but they use, I believe, part of their workflow, they use Unreal Engine. And so the assets that they can use for the videos that we're going to be producing can be used for video games as well. And so there's, there's some real versatility there. So when you say like, animated, bringing these characters together in PSA, you could also bring them together in a video game.
Oh,
so,
yeah.
So there's also that like down the future as well. That could be some good content.
Yeah, one of the things that was cool about the early seasons of the show Ruby was that the assets from that show could also be used in a game as well, since Poser goes into that kind of stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty smart. I could totally see that. Yeah, that's pretty cool. And so yeah, I mean, that something like that is just really exciting, and the possibilities there are really cool. And as Neostar says, the Jack Ryan series would be dope. That is very true. No one can deny that. I think. Come on. At this point, Jack is undeniable.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's the plan. And again, Brandy Pixel, they're doing some really cool stuff over there. They have I mentioned their Christian short, the Cubekins. That series is currently they took it to a Christian film festival, and I believe they got second place, and so that was pretty cool to hear. So they're out there and they're getting their work seen and doing some really interesting stuff. Yeah, I mean, I think we're talking about the artist though. Travis, he's a really cool artist. He's going to be doing a lot of our promotional artwork that you'll be seeing on our Patreon, and so you'll be seeing a lot more of his stuff. We'll probably be having comics as well. I think we mentioned having comics there. But some of these comics will be about other characters you'll see, and from the universe, and some maybe about our main character here as well. But what we wanted to share a little bit more with you. I think in a little bit we'll put up another piece of art here. But first I'd like to go ahead and show the Patreon real quick. Let me go ahead and see if I can put this up here. The Patreon was an interesting task. I was new to Patreon, so it was kind of interesting setting it all up and whatnot. But so the link is patreon.com/void animation. If anyone in the chat knows how to, or maybe you, Matt, maybe show me after the chat here. Maybe you can help me fix the banner a little bit. The banner's the banner you'll see here, so I can see the banner gets cut off here.
Yeah, you're gonna have to give me access to Patreon first.
Okay, yeah, we'll work on that, guys. We'll get that banner image fixed a little bit, looking nicer, so we get that full image we saw earlier. But so here's the banner.
You could probably click on the X on the upper right.
No, it doesn't.
Oh. It looked like
I think it's
it was
the sizing
covering
of the image.
Yeah.
I think there's something about the way that they format. It has to be pretty wide. But like I said, we'll get that fixed. But so we have our first welcome message up here, just explaining some of the stuff that we're going to be doing and welcoming everyone here. And then of course we've got. Let's take a look. I think we can take a look at the. Let's see. I think I have to sign. I probably have to sign out before anyone can see it. And so there will be 18 plus content, just fair warning, heads up now. We will be offering some not safe for work content for certain tiered level backers, and we'll go and get into that now. So I figure we'll just go through the tiers and tell you what we got on the table so you guys know what's on offer. And if you so choose down the line, of course, you can become a Patreon anytime between now and the Kickstarter when we start next year and even after that. So there's no rush on this, but we want to get it out there just so people can see what's going on with it and know that there is going to be exclusive content we're putting out in the meantime while we get ready. So the first tier is the Novice level, which is $3 a month. This is the first basic tier where we'll supply you with new updates on the pre-production and production processes. You're the first to hear when new info is released, plus join in on the conversation with other Void fans. So this is your basic tier, just getting updates and basically being just supporting the project at the ground level, help us out there. The next tier is the intermediate level. This is tier comes with updates, as we mentioned, and access to community. Plus, it adds on exclusive artwork, digital posters and pinups, and any other art content we release for Void. So this will be the aforementioned, content we're going to show tonight. We're going to give a little bit of a preview, a low-res preview, just so people can get an idea of where we're going and what kind of content we're releasing. But going forward, we'll probably be restricting those more on the wall, just so that the Patreons really are getting all that exclusive stuff. And then, of course, the next tier is the kind of the next level up, which is the $10 a month. You get access to the not safe for work versions of the artwork. Same artwork that you'll be getting in the intermediate level, just you'll have access to both safe for work and not safe for work versions. And this is the level where you start to get the digital comics as well. So, as I mentioned, we're going to be releasing various Void comics throughout the year, and those will be released here as digital comics. The next level after that is the master level, and that's where you get both all that stuff, digital comics plus physical comics. So as we release the Void comics, you're going to be able to get physical copies of the books. And for a lot of us, I know that's a big deal because I always prefer to read physical. It's just my preference. I like to look at the page, so that's something that me and Matt felt was important to offer for you for the Patreon tier. And then the last tier is the mega fan tier, which is called the Sensei level (parentheses producer). And the reason they were calling that is that because it comes with everything that we mentioned before, but it also gives you a producer credit in the final film that we produced through Kickstarter. And so you'll be in the credits listed as a producer. And you also get to see the digital premiere of the movie, which will be airing early before everyone else gets to see it. So that's limited to 3 slots. So that's something that is really for the people who really love the idea, who feel that they really want to back us at that level and get in the ground level. This would be something for you there to get that. So these are the tiers that we have on offer right now.
Hey, Michael, you're really quiet.
I think is it my microphone?
I think it might be.
I could switch it out. How much of that came through?
I could hear you, but it was really low.
Okay. Let me see if I can switch it out. Sorry about that. Give me a second. Once you.
Well, so yeah, this is going to be a fun ride for the next couple of years. The Kickstarter, I'd have to say it'll be successful if we promote it well enough and get enough. Thank you, Neostar.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's what's up, man. Thank you, dude. Our first Patreon backer. Very nice, man. We appreciate it, Neostar. And we appreciate that faith. That's really awesome.
Neostar is someone who's always going to support indies, and I definitely want to see him get his own work out there.
Oh, yes. Oh, me too. I really love what he's doing over there with all his characters. We were just chatting not too long ago about that. But yeah, Neostar is really great. We appreciate your support, man. It really means the world to us because you're always there backing us and helping us out. So it means a lot to us. And we will not let you down. This is we're gonna put our all into this, and so definitely we'll be keeping you updated and apprised of any new content coming out. But yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think this could be really cool.
Yeah, it's going to be fun, especially seeing especially when we see how Brain Pixel will translate the character into their unique style.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, true. Especially since they have so many different styles too. Like, if you go to their website, they have like a bunch of different pitches that they have out on their website that you can see. And the sci-fi story was one of the ones I mentioned. That they're crowdfunding right now for the promo. But each one has such a radically different art style. Some are 3D, some are 2D, and they all look so different. And so I feel like they're gonna be able to do a really interesting and pretty good job of translating these characters. Speaking of which, of course, you can see here on the different Patreon or different tiers, there are a number of different characters. And so the main character here is Natsuko. She's here in the master level. But we'll be learning more about these other 3 characters, perhaps throughout the comics. Yeah, perhaps throughout the comics or even future animation projects. If we get to do that as well. So these characters you'll be seeing in the future down the line. So that's kind of get a little bit of a tease of what to expect from the Void universe. But why don't we bring up you ready to bring up the art yet, or do you think?
Yeah, let's go ahead.
But yeah, we also have. Let me actually just read this real quick here. Welcome to Void Animation. Wicked Publishing and Brainy Pixel Productions are teaming up to create a crowd-funded animation short film, Void. The first tale tells the story of a young warrior in a fantasy world as she learns to wield the blade. With talented writing from Matt Tran of Wicked Publishing, combined with a fantastic animation from Brainy Pixel Productions, we're excited to welcome you into the world of Void. As we prepare for production of the Void short film, we'll be posting new updates here, as well as exclusive content, including art, comics, and more. Join with us to see this project spring to life in animation. Thanks for your time. But yeah, we just wanted to get that out there and show you guys the Patreon and what we're doing over there. And we're really excited. I know I've been wanting to talk about this for a little while now, so it's nice that we finally got to announce it and get that out into the world and let people know what we've been planning for so long.
Yeah, it's been real tough keeping it under wraps, too.
Right?
Especially with some of the other projects in the loop.
Well, yeah, you got a lot of stuff going on, man.
Yep.
You're always staying busy, aren't you? Have you gotten a chance to talk to the Mythoverse guys about the project yet?
Not yet.
Nice. That'll be interesting to hear their reaction. I'm sure they'll be really happy for you.
Yeah, I really want to do a mythic sort though.
Hey man, who knows? I'm sure that'll happen at some point too. This is probably just the first of many. That's the way you gotta look at it, man.
I mean, it always starts with the first step.
That's right. So here we have the preview. This is a low res preview of what we'll be releasing on the Kickstarter or on the Patreon early this week or next week. But this is again we call it the Ladies of the Void universe. But this is our main character on the left here, Natsuko, as well as her companions here. And in the beginning, in the short film, we'll be seeing she won't be interacting with these characters. But it'll be her own story and really focus on Natsuko. But we wanted to give people an idea of that this is a larger universe that we're planning. We have ideas beyond just this one short film, and kind of wanted to bring you along for that ride with us. So again, this art is done by Travis. The not safe for work version will be releasing as well next week with for the $10 tier backers, and so we'll be hopefully supplying a steady content of new art and comics and other cool stuff, short stories. Who knows? We behind the scenes goodies and whatever else we can think of to throw at you. So we'll be putting a lot of cool stuff on there. I guess I could zoom that in a little bit. It's probably kind of small might be kind of small on the YouTube screen. Let's see if it's a little better. Probably a little better there. But yeah, this is the hot springs scene. Of course, you got to have a hot springs. I mean, come on now, right? That's where the anime influence comes in, right? Every anime has a hot springs episode.
Hot springs, or if it's a modern day, it's a modern setting, the beach episode.
Right, exactly. Yeah, that's right, man. Exactly. So we figured that would be a fun first image. Of course, we can provide the not safe for work angle with that, but also it just was a kind of a fun anime trope thought, that we did there. So that was kind of a image there that Travis put together and whatnot. But but yeah, so we'll be seeing more of them. If you have, Neostar says Yowza. Oh, that's funny. Yeah, let's see. I think we were talking about it before, but I feel like everyone's gonna have their favorite character,
Oh, absolutely.
right? So that'll be interesting to see. And of course, there's tons more characters that we haven't got to share anything with yet. I'm excited to share some more art from Travis in very soon. We'll be cooking some new stuff up and maybe some stuff from other artists as well. So we'll have a lot of stuff. So. And thank you, Oma Comics. He says, I wish you guys the best of luck, or as we Trekkies say, Kapla. Kapla. Am
Quapla.
I saying that right? Am I saying that right, Matt?
Quapla.
You're, Kapla. You're the fellow Trekkie here, so you would know better than I. I'm a noob when it comes to Star Trek, so we probably shouldn't get into that.
Hey, Michael, which alien race does it come from?
Oh God, Klingons.
Wow, you got that one right.
Yes, I got it. I got something right. Woo! Excellent. I don't lose a nerd card today. But yeah, man, we're really excited about the project. It's gonna be really cool. The Kickstarter will be going up here in the near future. We'll be gonna start taking signups. That way we can build up the hype and build up over the next year. The plan is to again produce a short, and then once we do, we're gonna be crowdfunding in late 2022, early 2023. So that's kind of the time frame right now. So it's a ways off, but we wanted to get started early because we know how long these things take, especially with animation. That can take a long time, and so yeah, I mean that's pretty much what we're doing, and we really want to break the mold and do something that no one else is really doing out there, and we haven't seen too many crowdfunding animation projects, so we thought, why not us and give it a try? So here we are. And so we'll hope you'll back us along the way. If you're not feeling it yet, that's okay. Definitely understandable there since we're brand new. And if you want to wait till we have more content on the Patreon and more comics up there, more cool stuff to check out, you can definitely check us out in a couple months and see where we're at. But I encourage you at some point to check out what we're doing over there.
Yeah, and we've got a year, so who knows? Maybe by that time, we'll be out of this economic mess that we're in, and people are going to be back to work and making good money.
Yeah, exactly, man. Who knows? That's the hope right there. So definitely on next year will be an interesting time to see what's going on. But yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see how it goes. But if anyone has any questions in chat for us, let us know. If you guys want to have any specifics about the animation process or anything of that nature, or anything about the story, let us know. We can definitely do our best to answer some questions here as we start to wrap up the stream. But Matt, I know you talked a little bit today with Comic Crusader. Did you guys? I think you mentioned Brainy Pixel was on with you guys. Is that right?
No, he wasn't on with us, but he was in a previous podcast.
Oh, really? Interesting. So did you guys get to talk about that then?
Yeah, we talked a bit about it.
Oh, interesting. Okay. So that's pretty cool, man. I wonder what I wonder what that was like interviewing him. I'll have to go back and watch that episode there.
Yeah, it was really interesting that I had a pleasant experience with getting an interview set up, because most of the time I either got people who'd flake about it, or they'll just blow me off until I had to contact them about it, and then they wouldn't apologize for.
Oh no!
I ask them for stuff.
I didn't know podcasting scheduling was such a hazardous occupation.
So, these days, there are some people who would rather chase after the drama.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm gonna tell you, the ones that'll really burn you are the ones who are more interested in talking about the culture war.
Yeah. Yeah, I could understand that, man. That kind of gets old after a while, doesn't it?
Yeah.
We're here for comics and now animation, so that's all we're here for, man. No drama. Like my thing is, I always like what Jeremy Lott says, that are one of our writers. He always says, keep the drama in the comics. And I always think that's a good way to look at it,
Yeah.
Makes for better comics, that's for sure.
Yeah, but that doesn't make for enough YouTube clicks or website clicks because
that's
you
funny.
can't have drama clickbait. But
Well,
anyway,
I will be the one to change that. Like Naruto says, if there is a true piece out there, we'll be the ones to find it, man. So we just gotta keep
and
doing what we do, and screw all the haters, man. Let
yeah.
them do their own thing. We're gonna do our own thing.
Anyway, back on track. The animation project.
Well, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, we've said about all we can say. I wanted to see if we had any questions. I don't see too many questions in the chat. What are your thoughts? Do you have anything else you wanted to add, man, or anything you wanted to get out there? Any information in particular?
Well, there's gonna be a story for all of them getting together, a long-term story. So whether or not it's animated or told in form of comic, that's up to how well the Kickstarter does, how that well received the animation project will be, and go on from there.
Very true. I think that's well said, man. And it's gonna be up to you guys, and hopefully, if you can help us spread the word and get it out to as many people as we can, we'll get some eyes on this. I think we got something really special and unique here, so we're really excited to see how far we can take it. So please, again, just check out the Patreon if you can, and if you can't back it right now, no worries. We'll be getting the Kickstarter up to take signups real quick here pretty shortly as well. And of course, you can follow us on Twitter at Wicked Publishing to find out all the good information that we'll be releasing here as we get closer. But yeah, I mean, I'm just really excited. I know we have a lot of stories to tell. The comics are gonna be really fun. I'm really excited about the comics in particular. I mean, obviously, I'm excited for the animation, but as a guy who loves comics, we publish comics. I'm really excited to dive into the other stories and expand the universe and get people hyped for the animation. Because I think once people see how cool the world you're building is, I think they're gonna be really stoked for the animation.
Yeah, and there is one thing I would like to do that the movie Dread did for their marketing.
What's that?
They released the storyboard, but the storyboard was a comic.
Huh? Okay.
Drawn by the artist for Judge Dredd.
Well, that'd be cool. So that'd be a fun idea, huh?
Yep.
Oh man, that could be cool kind of companion piece. We could release with it too.
Could be a Kickstarter reward too.
Right? Yeah. But this is cool here. BMR Comics says, "Woo woo, love working with Brainy Pixel. Brandon is a good guy. Hope this really pays off for you all." Thanks, man. That's really awesome to hear that, and I'm super excited to working with them too. That sounds really cool to hear that you guys had such a good experience with them. That's awesome. Yeah, it was kind of a really cool. I don't know, not a coincidence, but just kind of the way we happen to come into each other's spheres and kind of the idea just came together and it all kind of worked out. So yeah, I mean, we're really excited to see what they do with it and see what their take on the characters are. But yeah, I mean, I think that's about it. Do you want to start wrapping it up here? Because unless anybody has some questions in the chat, mainly we wanted to just use tonight to get the word out, talk about the Patreon a little bit, talk about the Kickstarter and the future of the project. I guess the future of the project we can just talk a little bit about. So the pre-production, all that good stuff. I mentioned we're going to get the trailer out, right? So whether it be through the funds of the Patreon or our own personal funds, we're gonna fund the trailer out of pocket. Essentially, is the idea. That reason being that way we can crowdfund for the whole project and have something that you guys actually see with your eyes, so what the final product will be like. Because Brainy Picture will also do the promo video that we get, and so that'll be a really good way to kind of proof of concept, see that this can work. And so, yeah, I mean that's the goal, man. So we'll be constantly updating you guys on Twitter and on Patreon with new content. First, as I mentioned, the first image drop comes, I think, early next week is where we're planning right now, but it may come sooner. And from there, we're just going to keep cranking new images out, new content, new comics, and getting people hyped for it. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out in the chat with us. It's been pretty fun tonight, and we'll do another stream here. I'm sure in not too long. But if you guys have any podcasts and wouldn't mind having us on to talk about the animation project, we'd love to do that. So please reach out to us on Twitter. If you guys got a show, you guys need a guest on. And thank you, Matt, for hanging out tonight. I appreciate it, man. It's been pretty fun. And again, it's really awesome to get this out there because I know we've been planning it for so long.
Yeah, it's almost like we have been planning it for the better part of a year.
Pretty much, yeah. And yeah, it's been a long process, huh? But it's been worth it. I'm just so excited, man. So hopefully you guys are excited as well. I guess we'll just throw up the image of Void one more time. Just put that whole image up there because Travis's work is just fantastic. In fact, I should mention the logo real quick before we dip out. I do want to mention who did the logo, just to give credit where credit is due. Let me go ahead and pull that up here. I believe her name is. Let me just get it actually. I actually thought she did an incredible job. Brainy Pixel actually recommended her work for us as someone who would be a really good logo artist. And I think she came back with several different versions, but the katana at the bottom and the yellow color was really what sold it for me. I just think it works so well together and looks so interesting. Her name is Kathleen Nichols, and so she's really cool. So highly recommend her if you know Brainy Pixel. I'm sure you can get you in contact with her to get some work done if you're looking for a logo. So that's always good, man. But yeah, the combination of that logo with Travis's art was kind of just sold us on it. So we'll be definitely seeing a lot more from Travis and in the near future.
Absolutely, especially for Mechanic Chronicles.
Oh yeah, right? Because that's gonna be. I mean, heck, that's fulfilling. He's the artist on that, and that's fulfilling very soon. So people should be hearing more about that next month. We'll of course be getting that out to the backers, so it shouldn't be too much longer if you're backer on that project to get those books here. But yeah, he's killing it, man. He's doing a lot of stuff right now.
Yeah, I definitely don't want to have him get burnt out though.
Definitely not. We can't just keep working it too hard. Maybe as I mentioned, maybe we'll get a few other artists. If maybe if you're an artist out there, you want to do some stuff for Void, contact us. Maybe we get something going there. But yeah, so I'd like to get a lot of variety of content on there. See even some new artistic interpretations of the characters, and hopefully give Travis a little bit of a break here every now and then. But all right, guys. Well, thank you again for joining us. I know it's a bit of a short stream today, but it was just a bit of an info drop here so that you guys would get a little more information on what we're doing over there. And so again, hit us up at the Patreon. I'll put that up on the screen there, Void Animations, and see all the cool stuff that we got going on there. Soon we'll have the Kickstarter as well, and we'll be bringing you all the information you need on Twitter. So just follow us at Twitter at Wicked Publishing. And Matt, where can people follow you online?
You can find me at Matt Trin on Twitter.
Excellent. Well, thanks again, guys. I appreciate everyone who hung out in the chat today. And if you're watching on replay, we appreciate that as well. And we'll see you on a future stream, guys. Take care.
Later, guys.